And welcome back to Chasing Trophies. What an epic week in the Premier League. Some massive results for all teams. And yeah, we'll start with Manchester United versus Everton. It was the last game. It's fresh in my mind. It was a scrappy game. Both teams, weren't dominating. In the beginning, United had more of the possession. In the second half, Everton had more of the possession. There wasn't like beautiful football. There was a bit of passes here and there, but it was edgy. It was scrappy. And yeah, it's not easy to go and win away for United at Everton, but they got the job done. Let's talk about that goal, man. Incredible goal again. At that time, Everton started picking up the pace a bit. They settled in the second half. They had more possession. They kept attacking the United box. And as soon as they did that, even I felt that now United have a chance because they're much better at the break. And that's exactly what happened. Cunha collected the ball in their half. And then what a ball he pinged to Sesko, man. Incredible ball. Sesko was running on the right flank. He came in and then he saw a run. That run was from Sesko, man. Boom, he just went like a Ferrari there, and a simple finish in the end. A nice curler on the right side of the goal, and he went and celebrated with the United fans. And yeah, man, Sesko is in unbelievable form. It just shows a bit of change in manager, a bit of confidence, training on the pitch, doing a few different kind of drills. It does help and it can improve you as a striker. And yeah, well done to the coaching staff, well done to Michael Carrick and Chesko himself, man. He's been incredible. If you listen to Dallo in his interview with Rio Ferdinand, he also mentioned that, Chesko works really hard. He's very talented. He's always looking to improve. He's a very chilled out guy as well, very humble guy. And I'm very happy for him, man. Like, he's had a very tough start to his United career. And when you're a number 9 at Manchester United at Old Trafford, is always a high pressure situation. But I think he's really improved in the last few games. We've still a long way to go, but very, very good from him, because especially in a game like that, when you're not playing your best football as a team, you need a goal like that. And it was a simple finish in the end, but a wonderful made goal. And he showed his composure. I think Lemons was outstanding yesterday, man. The goalkeeper, Manchester United, a massive upgrade on Onana. Just तरीके से he was commanding the box, and he had so much composure. We're not used to that in the last few years. There's been goalkeeper howlers, but Lemons showed that, like, he has that control, he has that composure, he understands how to handle pressure. They're bombarding his box, man, in that last half. If you see in this last 20-30 minutes of the second half, Everton had like 10 corners, and they kept like pushing him deep. There was like Tarkowski, Keane, they were right in front of him, blocking his view, obstructing his view, but he didn't panic. Yeah, there was a bit of argy-bargy there with the likes of Maguire and Tarkowski and Euro and stuff, but Lemons never lost his cool. He made sure that he got the job done. And his catching was very good. And then there was a fantastic save. There was a strike from Keane outside the box. It looked like it was going top bins, but he stretched out and saved it. It was a wonderful save. And I think he was man of the match for Manchester United without a shadow of a doubt, because United were on the back foot. It wasn't the performances that we've seen, like, against City or even Tottenham. It was a bit more edgy, but they got the job done, and the 3 points are in the bag. And Lemons also mentioned it was like, they remembered when they came to Old Trafford, Everton picked up the point. So this was a 1-0 the other way. And it's good, man. Michael Carrick now is unbeaten. I think 6 games, is it? Yeah, I think 6 games. He's unbeaten. He's got 1 draw and 5 wins. It's an incredible start. And this is his second tenure, and he's not been beaten as a United manager. The next game is against Crystal Palace. So yeah, Man United just need to keep picking up the victories, and Old Trafford could be a happy place again. Let's see. Still a long way to go. In other news, the North London derby, a massive derby this time in the context of the whole situation. Tottenham in a relegation battle, Arsenal in a title race. Who would have thought, man, it would be these situations with these clubs like a few years ago? I wouldn't think it'd be like this, but it is what it is. And the first half I felt was much more even. Although Arsenal were the dominant team. They had possession. They were passing it about, knocking it around. They got the opening goal as well. Eze, man, every chase goes again. But Tottenham were getting the chances as well, and they equalized, made it 1-1. And then the second half, things capitulated a bit. I do feel that Tottenham were unlucky. That Gabriel foul was very soft. I would have given it that a goal even without any bias or anything like that. I think that was very soft from Gabriel. I mean, he did what he did, but I don't think the referee should have pulled that. They should have let that goal count. And if it was, because Arsenal had the lead 2-1, but if it was 2-2, it would have been a different situation again. Arsenal would be under more pressure. And there were times where Arsenal were under pressure, but overall they had the game in control, and a massive 3 points for them. Now it's a 5 point gap, but they have an extra game. Whereas City have a game in hand, and Man City against Newcastle, again nervy in the end, but Man City, like, they create all the chances, they're passing it about, they look pretty good. They got O'Reilly, man, couple of goals for him, incredible, but it just it didn't look convincing enough from City. Newcastle had the chances in the last 20 minutes. They kept bombarding the box, and Man City found it tough, I think, to see out the game, but eventually they did. And I think that it was very important because where Arsenal dropped points of Wolves, if Man City also dropped points, it would have just gone back to square one for them, and they'd be under even more pressure. So yeah, if they win the game in hand, they can close the gap to 2 points right now, but Man City don't look as convincing. I still do feel that Arsenal are the favorites to win the title, just based on their squad, the way they're playing, and even if it's not the most prettiest, they're getting the job done a bit more than Man City. But if City flip a switch, if they can get on that run, be a bit more convincing, be more clinical, win a few games 2-3-0, just to give that comfort to their fans, then maybe there's a chance. But I mean, there is a chance, but yeah, I think right now it's still Arsenal. Arsenal gotta play Chelsea next week. And talking about Chelsea, man, they will be fuming. 1-0 up, comfortable. They're in a top four race as well. But that foul from Fofana, man, ridiculous. And yeah, he made a mistake, and that cost Chelsea the game. One out, but Chelsea, I would also say it's not just Fofana. Look at the chances that they miss. Palmer is in such good positions. Pedro's in such good positions. He did score a goal, Pedro, early on, but then they were wasteful with the chance. And that's what happens if you keep it too late and 1-0, you make a mistake, you get a red card, and then, they equalize as well. It was like the 93rd minute or something like that. So yeah, I think they will be fuming, man. Chelsea fans, they'll want a better performance next week against Arsenal, and if they can get the 3 points there, that'll be a massive boost for Chelsea. Liverpool also sinking in a last minute win. McAllister with the goal. Again, Forest were wasteful, man. I think they had some very good chances. They could have beat Liverpool, but Liverpool held on. It wasn't the most prettiest, but 3 points nonetheless. It gets them back into that Champions League kind of race, and yeah, a clean sheet too for Liverpool. So they will be happy with that. They've done the job. Also, another news, man, La Liga. It's the tide is turned again. Real Madrid losing, Barcelona winning, and Barca is on top now. Last week it was Madrid, so that's a very exciting title race going on too. So make sure you watch that, and we got Champions League content coming for you this week as well. So make sure you're hitting the like button, subscribe button, and stay tuned to Chasing Trophies.